Mass Talk.
Where our network is your net worth.
Like and subscribe on channel.
You were with your wife for how long?
I've been with my wife for 8 years. 8 years.
Wow, man. It's nice.
Your wife changed your life.
Yeah. One of the things that I will say is like, if you look at the most successful people in history, one of the things that you'll notice about all of them is that they're married.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think?
Because I think that in order to be really successful, you have to be extremely focused, right? And I think that any time in which you are not in a committed relationship, you're not focused on anything other than that,
Exactly.
right? Particularly, I think as a woman, if you want to have children, right, you're constantly focused on trying to find the right person. If you're a man, right, and you want to have a family, or, I think that you, reluctantly, I don't like to say this, but men probably like to have fun a lot more than women per se. But what I'm getting at is that you take a single guy, right? His head's not screwed on straight
No, no.
a lot of the time, right?
Yeah, it's the probability that men's heads are not screwed on straight. Even
So-
me, I have a few missing screws.
So, the point that I'm trying to get at though is that one of the things that I noticed is that I was in a committed relationship with my wife pretty early on in my adulthood, and there's good and there's bad, and there's always gonna be good and bad. But I think that the one thing that I can point to is that as I was leaving my W-2 job and I was starting my own company, as I was growing my own company, as I was taking on getting into real estate investing, I was hopping around from multifamily to multifamily in areas that my wife didn't want to live. But you know who's cheering me on as my biggest supporter the whole way? My wife, right? And so I think that just as important it is to have your head on straight, right, and be focused, I think there's also something to be said for having somebody that you spend every day and waking moment with that is one of your biggest supporters in doing what you're doing, right? Because it's constant validation that you can do what you're setting out to do.
Right. You're right, man.
I really like listening this, because I like you read books and listening podcasts, listening audio books. I like get new information, and I was thinking about this one day, like the guys who is rich, successful, everybody have like a wife, why? And some guys don't stay single, but mostly of they have wife. And I figured out this too because you have energy, So when you are single, always you don't wanna stay by yourself like alone. You wanna somebody. But when you are single, you put your energy to try to have girls or one girl.
Exactly.
But for you have one girl, maybe you need talk with 10,
But then
so you
it
spend the
takes
energy in 10 different gears until you get one. And so you have energy just for talk with gears. So you forget your job, you forget your work, you study, so many things, You spend time and money and to fight have one gear because you are spend time with 10. But when you have just one, okay, now I have my girl, I focus just in her, and then I have energy to put my time in other things, and then this guy grows, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. What I always, I jokingly, everybody, I know that a common joke amongst, guys is, being in a relationship is expensive. And I said, try not being in a relationship.
No, you have
And the reason why I say this
you
is,
have a chance. If you don't wanna go out with
Yeah.
any girl, it's
when
it's
what
okay.
what I say is like, go out on a Friday night stay out till all hours in the morning, and then tell me how bad you want to work on Saturday. Right?
Can't work.
I promise you.
Especially you go out in Boston.
Yeah, I promise you that if every single Saturday you do not have to go, if every single Friday you're not out till hours in the morning, you are gonna make way more money on Saturday than you will spend in a relationship. I promise you that.
Yeah, see,
Promise you.
you see, it's right there. It's right there. And you said in 8 years of being together with your wife, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there you go,
Before
guys.
You start with you do have like this period of like crazy life with.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, definitely. I think everybody goes through, different phases of their life. I will say that disproportionately, I was always pretty structured. I went to college. I commuted to the school that I went to. I worked full time. I wasn't living on campus partying all the time. I was working full time and going to school full time, right? And then I graduated. I got a job right away. I was living on my own. I had roommates, so I was trying to spend as little money as possible so I could save. Because I think that the way that I looked at life is I said, you can put a good 10 to 15 years in and you can get yourself to a point where you're really, really comfortable, or you can have probably 10 to 15 years of fun and you're going to pay for it for the rest of your life.
See your life.
Right?
But this, like how you this combustible, it's the gas you have for your focus on improve your life coming because you don't have good condition or something else.
Like, does it come from from your humble beginnings, or where does this this fuel inside you come from?
Yeah. So,
You need translation, mas.
Hey, but hey, Tallison, I'll tell you something. 2 years here.
yeah.
2 years here in America. He completed 2 years just a month ago.
Right.
And his first year in America, he's 26, right? His first year in America, he threw, we'll show you photos of the event after. He threw like a big ass event, like an expo, like barely speaking fluent English and just getting through it. Was able to get the lot, got a bunch of sponsors. You feel me? People paid. You feel me? And it was great. And he tries and he gets his point across. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but how I said before,
Thank you for watching this video.
Like and subscribe, and please comment below.
Thank you so much.